Hi everyone, I'm David Paul. I'm the Managing Director of VectorVest here in the UK, and at VectorVest we rank and we sort all of the shares in the London stock market by a combination of value, safety of earnings and the trend. And we advocate buying those shares when the general market is rising. And in the first slide, folks, I show the overall market of the UK. The chart you see in front of you is the VectorVest's composite of all of the shares that we follow in the UK, 2,200 odd shares, equally weighted. And the little green and red triangles that you should be able to make out are the longest term measure of the trend on VectorVest. We call them confirmed calls. And if you notice, the last triangle was green, and that means that the underlying trend and the long-term trend of the VectorVest Composite UK is up. The short-term trend is also up, and VectorVest advocates buying undervalued shares that are growing their earnings safely, that are rising at this time. And I put together four shares that I think can round off 2019 and perform into 2020. So let's have a look at these. The first share is Halma. And Halma, I plotted a weekly chart. That's a weekly chart over 3 years. And you can see the share price trending up strongly with little volatility. In the window below the price is earnings per share. This is VectorVest's proprietary forecast earnings per share. And as you can see, that earnings per share has grown strongly over the period. And that's what's driving the share price up. Recently, the share price pulled back in a three-wave formation, which is a corrective wave, and it charted what many technical analysts, including myself, who've studied the Wyckoff methodology would call a spring. And it certainly sprung last week on the earnings, and it looks to me as if there's much more upside in Halma. The second share is AppDynamics, and AppDynamics, as you can see, pulled back to that supporting trend line. Again, earnings per share growing very strongly indeed, and it's pushing up the page. It's just about to break a new high. Came back a little bit yesterday after a very strong move last week, but I think that it's going to move much higher in the weeks ahead. In the next slide, I'm looking at a software group called the GB Group, and this share again trending up strongly, gone sideways with the overall market for the last year or so. Earnings per share rising strongly, and it's just broken out of an ascending flat top triangle pattern, which is a very bullish pattern, and that looks as if there's much more share price appreciation potential ahead. And the last share is Redrow, and it's in the next slide. And Redrow broken strongly out of that inverted head and shoulders reversal. Again, earnings per share has risen strongly over the last couple of years, and that share, I believe, has got quite a bit to go. So I think that those four shares can stand us in very good stead in the last month of 2019 and in the first quarter of 2020. Keep your eye peeled on the overall market, folks. It looks highly probable to have broken out of a consolidation that's lasted for a couple of years. There will be pullbacks in that breakout, but for the moment, the underlying trend is strongly up and the short-term trend is up. Thank you very much.